What if I told you? The key to peace, focus, and real power was discovered over 2,000 years ago. And what if that key still works today, even better than ever? In a world that never stops shouting, Stoicism teaches you to be silent. In a world full of distraction, Stoicism gives you clarity. And in a world of overreaction, Stoicism gives you control. This is not just philosophy. It's not just theory. This is a code written by warriors, emperors, survivors, and thinkers who faced chaos and chose calm. This is the ancient code for modern life. Number 1, the noise of the world and the power of stillness. Every day, the world screams at you. Notifications, headlines, expectations, opinions, pressure. They want you to react, to scroll, to compare, to doubt yourself. But the Stoic doesn't move with the noise. The Stoic observes. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the world, but in his journal, never meant to be published, he didn't write about conquering armies. He wrote about conquering himself. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is Stoicism, not running from the world, but standing calm within it. When others panic, you stay grounded. When others lash out, you breathe. When life is loud, you go quiet. Because that quiet, that stillness, that's where your power lives. Epictetus was born a slave. He had nothing, no freedom, no wealth, no status. But he trained his mind. Until even kings came to him for wisdom. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That's the code. That's the truth. The world will always be loud, but you don't have to be. Number 2, the warrior's mind. Why emotions are not enemies. You're not weak for feeling emotions. You're human. But when your emotions start controlling your actions, that's when you lose your strength. The Stoics never said to kill your feelings. They said, understand them, observe them, use them, but never be used by them. When anger rises, don't speak yet. When fear creeps in, don't run yet. When pain hits, don't collapse yet. Pause. Breathe. Respond with reason, not impulse. That is what made the Stoics warriors, not of the sword, but of the mind. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most of your suffering is created in your mind, not by life, but by how you think about life. Fear of what might happen. Regret over what already happened. Worry over what others are thinking. The Stoic clears the fog. He doesn't fight imaginary battles. He fights the only one that matters. The one inside. So when chaos comes, you don't need to panic. You don't need to break. You just need to remember who you are and what you can control. Number 3, control the inner world. Master the outer one. Look around you. The world is obsessed with control. Control your career. Control your image. Control how people see you. But the truth is, you can't control most of it. You can't control the economy. You can't control other people. You can't even control tomorrow. So the Stoics asked one powerful question. What can I control? And the answer was simple. You can control your thoughts, your choices, your responses. That's it. But that's everything. While others waste their lives fighting what they can't change, the Stoic rises above, not with noise, but with clarity. When someone disrespects you, you can't control them, but you can control your reaction. When life is unfair, you can't stop it, but you can choose how you carry it. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, to cease worrying about things beyond our power." That's the path. That's the power. Not trying to bend the world to your will, but learning to master yourself. Number 4. Pain is not the enemy. It's the teacher. Nobody wants pain, but pain is where strength is born. The Stoics didn't avoid pain. They didn't run from it. They faced it, and they grew because of it. Marcus Aurelius wrote his journal while fighting war, disease, betrayal. Yet his words still speak of calm, discipline, and duty. Why? Because he learned the sacred. Pain doesn't destroy you. Resisting pain does. The more you fight reality, the more you suffer. But the moment you accept it, it transforms. A Stoic doesn't say, "Why me?" A Stoic asks, "How can I use this?" Use the pain to build patience. Use the setback to build strategy. Use the suffering to build strength. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." You don't grow in ease. You grow in fire. You grow when things fall apart. And you choose to stand anyway. Let pain refine you, not define you. Let it remind you. You're capable of enduring more than you think. You're tougher than yesterday, and wiser because of the wound. Number 5. Stillness is strength. Silence is power. In a noisy world, stillness is rebellion. When everyone is chasing faster, louder, more, the Stoic turns inward. He listens. He waits. He thinks. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor surrounded by chaos, wrote about silence, about calm, about sitting alone with his thoughts, and finding clarity. That's not weakness. That's power. The power to observe, without reacting, to pause instead of explode, to choose rather than be pulled by emotion. We think success is speed, but speed without direction is just noise, slow and focused. The Stoic slows down. To move with purpose. The Stoic goes quiet. To hear his own voice. He doesn't shout to prove himself. His discipline speaks louder than noise ever could. Remember this. Just because the world is loud doesn't mean you have to be. In the stillness, you'll hear truth. In the silence, you'll find focus. And in the quiet, you'll meet the strongest version of yourself. Number 6. Discipline over emotion. The Stoic way forward. Your feelings are real, but they are not always true. That's why the Stoics didn't follow emotions. They followed principles. They knew. Emotions are like weather. They change. They storm. They pass. But discipline, that's your anchor. When you feel like quitting, discipline keeps you moving. When you're afraid, discipline pushes you forward. When life hits hard, discipline holds the line. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the Stoic way, to master the inner battlefield, so no storm on the outside can break you. Wake up early, train your body, sharpen your mind, speak less, do more. Don't seek motivation, build habits. A Stoic doesn't wait to feel ready. He moves because it's the right thing to do. And when failure comes, he doesn't panic. He adjusts. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent. Over time, consistency beats intensity. Small steps, repeated daily, become unstoppable. The Stoic way isn't flashy. It's quiet. It's repetitive. It's strong. Number 7. Real freedom. Mastering yourself. First, everyone says they want freedom, but most people are slaves. Slaves to impulse. Slaves to fear. Slaves to what other people think. The Stoics saw this clearly. To them, freedom wasn't money. It wasn't status. It wasn't doing whatever you want, whenever you want. It was one thing: Self-control. If someone can make you angry, you're not free. If you need praise to feel good, you're not free. If your habits control you, you're not free. Freedom starts when you stop needing the world to approve you, when you stop chasing things outside your control. True freedom is waking up and choosing your thoughts, choosing your actions, choosing your mindset, no matter what's happening outside. A Stoic isn't controlled by the world. He controls how he meets the world. His freedom isn't granted. It's earned through mastery of the self. The more you want, the more you suffer. The more you accept, the stronger you become. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." That's the Stoic path. Not to escape life, but to face it with unshakable presence and walk through it with peace, no matter the storm. Number 8. Unshakable calm. The Stoic mind under pressure. The world is noisy, chaotic, unpredictable, and in the middle of all that, the Stoic stands still. Why? Because he's trained for this, not trained to avoid hardship, but to remain calm inside it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's Stoic power. Not in controlling the world, but in controlling your response to it. You lose your job? Stay calm. Someone betrays you? Stay calm. Life throws you pain? Stay calm. Calm is not weakness. It's control. It's the sign of someone who refuses to be broken by circumstance. The Stoic doesn't react. He responds, not out of anger, not out of panic, but with clarity and strength. When the world burns, the Stoic doesn't run. He stands in the fire, eyes steady, breath slow, heart focused. He's not numb. He's prepared. And in that calm is a message to the world. I do not fear this. I am ready. I will endure. I will overcome. Number 9. Memento Mori. Power in remembering death. One day, you will die, and so will I. The Stoics didn't run from this truth. They embraced it. They called it Memento Mori. Remember, you must die. Not to scare themselves, not to fall into sadness, but to wake up. Because when you remember you're mortal, you stop wasting time. You stop chasing approval. You stop living like you'll live forever. Every breath becomes a gift. Every moment becomes an opportunity. An opportunity to choose courage, discipline, purpose. Seneca said, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing." That's the Stoic way. Not to fear death, but to let it sharpen your life, to let it humble you, focus you, and drive you to live fully. So if today was your last day, would you be proud of how you lived it? Did you love deeply? Stand boldly? Rise after falling? The Stoic knows he cannot control how long he lives, but he can control how well he lives. Remember, you were not born to drift. You were born to burn bright. And that flame, it doesn't wait. Number 10. The Stoic path. Inner power. Unshakable peace. So what does it all lead to? All the discipline, the silence, the acceptance of pain. What is the destination of the Stoic path? It's not fame, not fortune, not applause. It's something far more powerful. Peace. A peace that doesn't depend on anything outside of you. You could lose everything and still be calm, still be clear, still be you. That's the ultimate freedom. That's what Stoicism unlocks. A mind ruled not by chaos, but by wisdom. A heart guided not by fear, but by virtue. A life lived not in noise, but in truth. You wake up, you do what must be done, with courage, with discipline, with excellence. You don't complain. You don't wait. You don't blame. You lead yourself. Every single day. And when the world pushes against you, you don't shatter. You rise. You rise again. Because your strength comes from within. That is Stoicism. In a world that wants you anxious, be still. In a world that wants you soft, be solid. In a world that wants you reactive, be in control. The world will test you. Life will hurt you. But the Stoic becomes unbreakable. You can become that. Stoic.